A lot of people have been asking what is the real difference between the new Mini Grinder 1000, the cordless one, and our existing product, the Mini Carver. And I love this tool. It's been a wonderful tool. But there are a lot of differences now with the new model, and I'll just go through it and so that you can make up your own mind as to what suits you best. All right. Now the first things that you notice is, of course, is one's got a cord and the other one hasn't, so that's a great thing, meaning I can now work outside and not be constrained by cords. And of course it's using the battery system from DeWalt. We're licensed to use that on our tools, and it's a very common and very reliable system, and you can get it just about anywhere, so that's a really good feature. The first thing that you notice is that the Mini Grinder 1000 has a much longer reach, quite a longer reach, and it also has dust extraction, the same as the old one. But you'll notice that the dust extraction goes around to the other side and comes out over the machine, whereas the old machine, it used to come out the bottom, and that used to tend to get in the way when you're working. A lot of people would use this tool without dust extraction. And I understand, people don't like guards and things like that. And the dust extraction works pretty adequately with that, but it works superbly with this one. It's just a closer design, and the cord is out of the way. And so you'll find that the dust extraction works really, really well. This one had a fixed guard. You can't change it, you can't do anything with it. This one, you can click it to that position, or I can even put it all the way over this direction. I do like this feature. I'm going to put the metal guard on now, and the Mini Pro, so that you can see the advantages of the new system, but also the button for changing the blades is very nice too. The old machine had a single button in the center here, but this has got I think a much stronger mechanism for undoing and putting on new blades. So I'm going to put on the Mini Pro blade, and oddly I can put it on before I even put the guard on. Okay, so there I've got the Mini Pro blade on here. Now it's a wonderful blade, but it cuts on all the perimeter there, and it's wise to have a guard on. So I'm going to put this guard on to suit it, and you can click it to that position. Now that's great if I'm working here and I'm wanting to cut in that direction. To change the position of the guard, you just rotate that and put it into another position, or I can even put it all the way over this direction, and now I can go into something in this direction. So the guard bit is really important for safety, but it never gets in the way because you can move it to various positions just simply by pressing this and rotating it to another position. There's straight on 90 degrees, here's back in that direction. So it's just beautiful how well everything works and how beautifully made it is. Another really nice thing is the motor. This is a good motor as well, but the thing you'll notice most about the difference between a corded and the battery model is the torque, that is the force applied to the turning motion. On the corded version, when you slow it down, it also cuts the power. So you'll hear, when I load it on here, you'll hear it slow down. So now it's running, and watch what happens when I apply a lot of, this is set, by the way, to the lowest setting. So when you set it low, you're really cutting the power. So if I could actually stall it. All right, you hear it slow down. The difference with the brushless DC motors is they keep a constant RPM. So whatever speed you set it to, it goes at that constantly, and if you load it, it simply drags more power. So it's always turning at the same RPM. The difference is when I load to that, you can't slow it down. So when you slow the thing down, you can do more accurate or slower work, but you never lose any power. And that's a beautiful thing, a lovely feeling when you're using this tool. It just feels so strong. And there's no brushes, and so we don't have the problem of brush wear with dust being ingested into the motor. And there's filters on the air intakes anyway, so it's beautifully protected against the dust. Of course, being a brushless DC motor, they're more expensive. You've got to have the battery system. If you've already got the DeWalt battery system, of course, you can buy just the skin, and that works out pretty good in comparison. Another feature that's actually easily missed is the balance of the tool. Having the battery weight on the back, I find, adds to the balance of the tool. It's very, I don't know, it's just really nice and ergonomic. The other tool, the cord, creates issues. You know, they're not serious issues, but it's really nice being free of that cord. And then you'll notice the balance and the grip is much slimmer. You can see, much slimmer. So it's just easier to hold and nicely balanced. I think that, you know, there's a lot of other improvements that we put into the tool that are not really obvious, but one of them is the inside of this is an aluminium backbone, which this whole thing is set on an aluminium piece, so it's very rigid. The old machine was all plastic, so not that it moves very much, but it does feel different to have a solid aluminium shaft through that. This is still a great tool. I have no problems with it at all. It's just that we really did take a close look at it, and because we needed to do a cordless version, a battery version, and we just thought, what things could we improve? What can we improve? And we've embodied all of those improvements into this machine. I think that the extra reach, the extra power, and these nice little features like the guard being removed, etc., easily removed and put into different positions, are great little improvements. Another very important feature is that this tool is not only for 50mm blades, it can also take 75mm blades. So there's a larger guard, which is very easy to attach, as you can see. There we go. And now it's good for 75mm blades. Okay, so this is the Mini Carver kit, and this is really a woodworking tool, and it comes with the Mini Pro blade and sanding disc. So you're ready to go. Great tool. Now I hope this isn't too confusing, but it needs to be explained. The Mini Grinder comes as a basic kit with just a grinding disc and a cut-off disc. And that's because it's a great grinder in its own right? So any grinding project will be beautifully done with this tool. But we also do have a lot of woodworkers, and it's a great woodworking kit, and we supply an extra kit which you purchase if you want to do woodworking. Then you get the Mini Pro and sanding backing pads and the correct guard for it. So if you're into woodworking, you would buy this and that, right? But it's also very popular as a restoration tool, grinding tiles and mortar and things like that. And in that case, you may be interested in the restoration pack, which then adds diamond discs, both 75 and 55mm blades, and the correct guards, etc. for it, and sanding discs and sanding pad. So that's the restoration pack. And if you've got your own battery and charger in the DeWalt system, you can buy the skin, and then you can set it up according to how you want to use it, either as a woodworking tool or as a restoration tool, or just as a grinding tool. I've been using this particular tool quite a lot in the last few months, and you'll see a couple of projects coming out very shortly. So I've really gotten to know this product really quite well, and I'm extremely happy with it, and I'm really hoping that a lot of you are going to enjoy using it as well.